Happy Monday, everybody. We hope that you all had a fantastic weekend. And for today's video, it is one of the classic questions that myself as a realtor and Michael always gets as a lender all the time. And so, guys, thank you very much for tuning into our show. I am your host, Stephen Norris with Keller Williams. And as always, my host, Michael Dye with Megastar Financial on the other line. We're always available to answer your questions, as always. But with that being said, let's hop into the topic today. So the question always comes up to us, do I really need 20% down to buy a house? And the reason why the perception out there is because there is something called PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. Now, we covered this on another video of ours, but essentially what private mortgage insurance is very simply the lenders that are issuing the loan to the borrower need to have insurance on the loan up to a certain dollar amount so that if the borrower defaults on the loan for any reason, they are protected. So that's what it is basically in a nutshell. Very, very simple, all right? So if you come to the table with more than 20%, the lender now feels that, okay, we are now a little bit more secured with this borrower, but that does not exclude the borrowers if you don't have 20% saved up. So, with all that being said, Michael, talk to the folks a little bit about what are some of the options out there additionally for those of us who just simply don't have 20% saved up.
I mean, that's the craziest thing. It's a big misconception, Stephen, especially with our millennial generation, that you need 20% down to buy a home. That is just the biggest myth that we've got, right? We have all kinds of different options that are out there. There's FHA that allows you to put 3.5% down. There are conventional loans that offer 3% as well as 5% down payment options for yourself. And there are VA loans and USDA loans that don't even have mortgage insurance involved in that loan. And they don't take any kind of down payment to buy a house. So those are just some of the options that are out there as far as loans go. And, it's really about borrowers learning more and talking to their trusted mortgage experts to see what kind of options there are. I mean, Stephen, there are even down payment assistance options all out there that are based on median income of the areas that a lot of people can qualify for, and they don't even know, to where they're really only coming in to buy a home for $1,000 or less. I helped someone else a summer or two ago, and they bought a $425,000 house and did a USDA loan, and it cost them a little over $1,400 to move into the house. I mean,
that's awesome.
So it's really just about finding out what's out there and talking to your experts, your lending experts.
Absolutely, guys. And that's the number one thing that I want to really just reinforce in this video particularly is that when it comes to the questions or the financing aspect of the real estate process, please talk to a lending professional, all right? Now, even though I may sound very, very nice, I am a realtor by trade. I am not your financial expert, all right? You must talk to a lending professional because they're the ones who have been properly trained to answer these questions. And, a question I get pretty regularly, Michael, is if I have a sizable enough down payment, should I do a 5% or a 10% loan with a PMI payoff at the closing? Because just so you know, everybody, you are able to pay off your PMI, your private mortgage insurance, ahead of time. So, Michael, that's the question I get pretty regularly. So what are your thoughts on doing that ahead of time?
When it comes to that, it's really about looking at the long-term goals of every client and what their needs are. And it changes with every borrower. So, and that thought, Stephen, the best thing to do is talk about it. Sometimes that can be very costly, and other times there's a lot of ways that we can build it right into the interest rate to where it's not really affecting the borrower or coming out. There's also another option, believe it or not, Stephen, where you can pay half of that as well. So there's lender paid where we build it in the rate and we can do it that way. There's where you can split it half and half, and then you can pay it all up front, as you had mentioned as well.
That's awesome. So bottom line, talk to your lenders. Guys. So, I hope that this brief video was actually very, very educational for everybody watching this, because there are just some, very common misconceptions and the first steps to having these kind of conversations. If you are looking to buy real estate or sell or even invest in or doing anything in real estate, it's just have the proper education. So, guys, please, if you really enjoyed our video, like down below or comment any other additional questions or topics you would like to know more about, because we make these videos specifically based on the feedback we get from all of you. So, with that being said, guys, we look forward to seeing you next week. And Michael, what are your closing remarks?
When it comes to that, you mentioned really great things, and that's about educating, and getting education. So some of the things that I kind of take my steps through, some of my steps I take my borrowers through is education, offering borrowers different options. I'm transparent about those, being very transparency about those options that they have, and then coming up with some solutions that will help the borrower so they are in the perfect loan for them. So those are things from there. Other than that, as Stephen said, please like, comment, and share on our videos. And we look forward to seeing you again, and send us another topic to talk about.
All right, guys. Awesome. Well, with that being said, we will see you all next week. All right, guys. Take care for now.
Everyone.